19. We're studying the book Wayshower, A New View of Jesus, and we are on day number 27 of this consecration, of this adventure and consciousness. And today we're dealing with the devil, we're dealing with Satan, we're dealing with demons. Now I wish I had time to deal with all of it, but I only have a limited amount of time today, so I'm really going to focus on one piece of the text where Jesus said, "Get thee hence behind me, Satan." Yes, and he said Satan with a big old capital S, not like devil with a lowercase s. He said Satan with a capitalized S. He said, "Get thee hence behind me, Satan." And so Jesus is our way shower, our example of what it means to be fully human and fully divine. He dealt with Satan and he said, "Get thee hence behind me." So our subject for today is there is only one place for Satan, and that is behind you. Yes, there's only one place for Satan, and that is behind you. And so when you deal with Satan, it's capitalized. Pulley point number one. Nope, it's not going to be pulley point. It's just going to be introductory information because it is ancient. It's an ancient figure. It's an ancient idea of Satan, a fallen angel that was once good and that took on this negative persona through disobedience from God. So it's ancient. And also it's an idea, an ancient figure that people believed in. Satan represents the collective consciousness that focuses on negativity. So there's an individual consciousness and there is a collective consciousness. So what Jesus was saying was, get thee hence behind me, Satan, which means become a thing of my past. This ancient figure, this belief system that has gone on for generations, this part of the collective unconsciousness, the collective subconsciousness, I do not receive it in my present tense. So he said, "Get thee hence behind me, Satan." And so if you're following Jesus, there's only one place for Satan, and that is behind you. Behind you means become a thing of my past, which means that it's not a part of my current belief system. It's not a part of my current thinking, my current speech, my current actions. I have put Satan, the ancient figure, the belief in Satan, that collective subconscious and negativity, I have put it behind me. It has become a thing of my past. And there's only one place, and that is behind you. Pulley point number one. Notice Jesus didn't say, "Satan, get under my feet." All right? Because under your feet still puts Satan, still puts that idea active in your life because it's under your feet. You're walking on it, you're trampling on it, so it's something that is that you're actively dealing with in your present tense because it's under your feet, under where you are currently walking. So pulley point number one, Jesus did not say put Satan under my feet because that would put in the present, making it a present part of my belief system, a present part of my functioning. He said, "Get thee hence behind me," which means become a thing of my past. Pulley point number two, Jesus did not say, did not put Satan beside him. Because you're not equal to me. You are not a part of my present. You're not equal to me. We don't walk side by side. We don't talk. I don't pray to you. We don't be having conversations back and forth. We're not in relationship. You're not beside me. Pulley point number three is that he didn't put him in front of him. Where, some people say, "Well, I don't want the devil behind me. I want the devil in front of me. I want Satan in front of me so I can see what he's doing." So, no, he did not make Satan a part of his future because he put Satan where Satan belonged, which was behind him. And many of us have already started thinking of our future in negative ways. That it's always going to be something. The devil's on my back trying to turn me back. And so this is a part of your thinking. It's a part of your current way of thinking, speaking, behaving. It's in your present. Jesus said, "Get thee hence behind me," which means become a thing of my past. And let me tell you something. Just because something may have existed in the past does not mean that you have to have it in your present, does not mean that you have to have it in your future. Let me say it again. Just because something existed in the past does not mean it has to be a part of your present, and it does not mean it has to be a part of your future. Paul said, this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind me. So anything that's behind me is because I'm forgetting it. I'm releasing it. I'm letting it go. It has no power over me. I give it no energy. One thing I do, whatever's behind me, I'm forgetting it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not focusing on it. I'm not giving it energy. I'm not talking about it. It is not a part of my current reality. Satan is a part of the collective consciousness of the past. And when you constantly talking about Satan and Lucifer and the fallen angel, you bring that into your present and into your current reality. Leave it as a historical figure. Leave it as something that people believed in the past. Leave it as a part of the collective negativity of that collective consciousness, but you choose not to be a part of it. If people are into that, let them be into that. But you make a choice to follow Jesus and put Satan where Satan belongs, and that is behind you. Not under my feet, because I don't want to, I don't want you tickling my feet. I don't want you playing with my toes. I don't want to be actively trying to shout on you and jump on you. So no, I'm not putting you under my feet, because I'm not even entertaining the idea of this figure, of this ancient figure in my experience. And so that Satan represents those ancient thoughts, those ancient limited beliefs, faulty perception, erroneous ideas that have been in the collective consciousness for hundreds of thousands of years. And I choose to operate in the mind of Christ. I choose to live a life in my present where I take responsibility for my actions. I don't need a scapegoat. I don't need to blame anybody. I don't need to blame anything. I choose in my present tense to take responsibility for my life. Whatever's going on in my life is as a result of my thoughts, my words, and my actions. I don't need a scapegoat. I don't need a historical figure. I don't need this battle between good and evil outside of myself. The good God, Jehovah, and the bad God, Satan, and they're always fighting against each other, and I'm somewhere in the middle, not being tried, pulled by God in one direction, pulled by Satan in another direction, like you're a pawn. Let go of those negative ideas. Let go of that victim mentality. You are a son of God. You are a daughter of God. You are made in the image and likeness of God. You are a spiritual being living in a spiritual universe that's governed by the spiritual law of love and principles undergirding that law. So release, put Satan where Satan belongs. People say, well, it did exist, and it's in this scripture, and it's in the Old Testament, and this is what happened, and Lucifer turned into Satan. And you say, you know what? All of that may be true, but it is not a part of my current reality. It is not a part of my future. I have no fear of my future. If there's anything that the kingdom of darkness can do to prohibit me from being successful, to stop me from being healthy, to stop me from being prosperous, to stop me from having loving relationships. I'm not in any type of battle outside of myself. Any warfare that's going on is going on inside of me. Any fighting that's happening is inside of me. Any battle that's going on is inside of me. It's not between a God outside of me and Satan outside of me and me in the middle. It's me. It's what I'm dealing with. It's my thoughts. It's those things that I've held on, that bitterness, that resentment, that unforgiveness that I've held on to. That's what's manifesting in my life. I put Satan where Satan belongs, and that is in my past. And if you're going to follow Jesus, then that's where you're going to put Satan. You're going to put Satan in your past. If you're still talking about Satan, have you ever started people praying, and they start off praying and talking to God, and then after talking to God, somewhere in the middle of the prayer, they stop, and Satan, we rebuke you, and Satan this, and Satan. I don't have two gods. I only have one God. There's only one power and one presence in my life, and that is God. That God is the everywhere, evenly present spirit of absolute good. I do not have two gods. I'm not in a battle between two different entities. I put Satan behind me. Get thee hence behind me, Satan. And there's only one. If you're going to follow Jesus now, if he's going to be your way shower, if he's going to be your example of what it means to be fully human and fully divine, if you're going to come out of your wilderness experience, you got to put Satan where Satan belongs, and that is behind you. You got the power, you got the authority to choose whether or not that belief system, whether or not those ideas of the past of some entity, some figure with a tail and a pitchfork is somehow influencing your life. You have a choice of where you're going to put that. You have a choice. Satan does belong somewhere, and you get to decide where you're going to put him. Jesus said, get thee hence behind me, and because I'm following Jesus, I'm going to say what Jesus said. If Jesus put Satan behind him, guess what? I'm putting Satan behind me. Become a thing of my past. You're not a part of my current thoughts. You're not a part of my current words. You're not a part of my current actions. And so therefore he put Satan where Satan belonged, which was in, where is Satan in your life today? That's the big question. Is Satan in your present? Is Satan in your future? Are you in this battle where you trying to shout and dance over him under your feet? Or have you put Satan where Jesus put him, which was behind him? Which means I give you no power, I give you no thought, I give you no energy, you have no impact. You said you are dead to me, you are nothing to me, you have no power. Return to the nothingness from which you came. Get thee hence behind me. So take this scripture, really deal with your own theology. What are your belief systems? You know, where does this fit into your life? Because you got to deal with it, because Jesus dealt with it. And anything Jesus said, you got to deal with it. You got to wrestle with it. You got to make a decision about it, because Jesus said it. Now, if Jesus didn't say it, then I wouldn't be focusing on it. But because Jesus said it, and he made a conscious decision before he preached one message, before he baptized one disciple, before he performed one miracle, one resurrection of the dead, he had to deal with his theology, his ideology about Satan. And he made a conscious decision and choice to put Satan behind him. And I'm asking you, where's Satan in your life? I love you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much for being a part of the Daily Download. If you're going to be in the Tampa Bay area this weekend, you know, you can certainly go visit any of those places of worship, Unity Temple of Truth, today's Church St. Pete. I'm going to be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania this weekend, celebrating the 5th church and pastoral anniversary of one of those who are under my spiritual covering, Bishop Tito T. Saunders and the New Birth Fellowship Alliance. Yes, I'm going to Philadelphia this weekend, the city of brotherly love, and I'm looking forward. Let me tell you one thing I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing my daughter, Bishop Gina A. Dorsey. I got on this shirt today, I Matter, you know, because she's my daughter, and I'm going to see her this weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing family and friends that I have not seen in a long time. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm excited about this wonderful celebration, about being able to speak a word into the life of Bishop Tito T. Saunders and the New Birth Fellowship Tabernacle Church and the New Birth Fellowship Alliance. I love you so much. If you're in Philadelphia this weekend, join me in this wonderful celebration. Remember, sow a seed, meet a need, boost this post, and you can give through our Cash App and through our website that's on there. Remember to share this on your page, because somebody got Satan in their present and somebody got Satan in their past. But I'm going to follow Jesus, my way shower, and put him behind me. Become a thing of my past. I don't know what you call Jesus, but I call him way shower. My example of what it means to be fully human and fully divine.